Hello and welcome to another update from the farm. This is the first video in 2026. Wish you all a very happy new year. Today is 10th January 2026. Time is about 2. It's actually a very cloudy day today. The last 3-4 weeks when I came, things were very hot. There was absolutely no rain. Although being December, somewhat winter, it has just been very hot everywhere. Water scarcity is there, desperately looking for more and more water. It slightly drizzled today. I felt very good about the very slight drizzle, but it just lasted for a few seconds and it stopped. It is still looking cloudy. There is no forecast of rain for the next 2-3 days. There might be some mild shower on Tuesday or Wednesday, but I'm just hoping that there's going to be some rain. Otherwise things are pretty dry right now. So let's start with the update on marigold. All the marigolds have started growing very well, and we have done multiple harvests. So far we have taken about, I think, 50 kg. The rates have been pretty low, like we are selling it for about 30 rupees per kg. I think by the time these things reach Bangalore, it's usually like 70 rupees per kg or even 100 rupees per kg. But at the farm gate, there's one person who comes and takes. He's been, again, not very regular. 3 times he did come harvest himself. I do give him some money for harvesting, like 400 or 500 whenever he does. But yeah, so far we've done about 50 kg, I would say, approximately. The green chilies have started growing, but obviously there has not been much rain. Wherever the drippers are there, if there's a green chili plant, it has grown somewhat. Again, very, very small. In fact, I think you would recollect, we planted these, I think, closer to the end of the rainy season or slightly after that. So the growth has been pretty below average, I would say. The ivy gourds did sprout last time. Some of them have already started climbing. So we planted those sticks. It's kokai. The local people helped me get them, and the germination rate has been about 50%. I think pretty okay. I think it's a decent start. The ones that have sprouted and started climbing, I think they will survive. The rest of them have dried out. For example, this one, there has been no sprouting and I think they're gone. Otherwise, I will show you the progress on the other trees. But generally, like I mentioned to you, things have been quite hot here. There may be 1 or 2 rains towards Pongal time, that is a week or 2, but generally it is expected to be dry. So I've started exploring alternative options for water. The water level in the borewell is still, in fact, slightly lower than what it used to be earlier. Last time I think I updated you, usually it runs for at about 45 minutes to 1 hour, and then we used to wait for like 30 minutes, 45 minutes, and then it resumes. But now it's even lower. So we are able to run it for like 15 minutes, 20 minutes, give it a break for like 30 minutes, 1 hour, and then it again runs. But somehow we are able to water the plants. So right now, the 3.5 acres that we have started developing the trees, every section gets water at least once a week. Again, not enough. I'm hoping that we could increase it to at least twice a week. But at the moment, given the water condition, if we are able to water it for at least once a week, I'll be very happy. Palm trees, I would say it has been a miserable failure, other than one which I cannot find right now. I cannot see germination in any of them. If you would recollect, around the farm pond we had done, so we had sowed the palm nuts at about 10 feet gap, but I don't see germination anywhere. It's about 2.5 to 3 months maybe. I'm told in 3 months things do come out, but they haven't come, so I'm just thinking it's probably gone as well. We will have to redo them at some point of time, but probably nothing right now. Like last time, farm pond is dry. We did let the cows graze in a little bit, but otherwise this is dry. We need more rains. We want them to settle again, and then harden, then again become soft. that process only I think will make them retain water, but at the moment things are dry. The pearl millet and dencha, that is Kambu and Takapundu, we have removed them fully now. They are about 3.5 months old, so we have completely cleared them. So now you will be able to see the 5-layer plants everywhere. It should be very clear now. We could have left them for some more time, although they may have dried. The strategy I was thinking earlier is, even though it is dry, it will have an insulating effect on the soil, and the soil will still be cold, although the dead grass is lying all over. But then when I spoke to my mentor, he advised against it, mainly because if things are dry, then there could be a fire hazard. People drink BD, cigarette, all sorts of things who come here, so it's very risky. And the other reason is, if there are dry plants, then it's also going to be home for rodents and snakes, like rats and snakes. So we wanted to avoid that as well. So we have completely removed them. Ideally, I would have loved to do another round of pearl millet and dencha, Kambon Takapundu, and all these gaps. But because of the water condition, we have decided against it. So the strategy now is, in the main canopy crops and the sub canopy crop line, between two plants, that is, for example, between this coconut and the arecanut, there's exactly 9 feet. Right in the middle, we will do agati, that is agasse. And in the gliricidia line, between two gliricidia lines, we will continue to do wherever the gliricidia has not come, we'll sow in the gliricidia seeds. And between two gliricidias, we will do tuvare, that is red gram or PGNP. I was trying to get the perennial version of that, but it's just not available. I believe it's available only in Sri Lanka, at least that's what the local people are telling me. None of the seed stores have them, so I'm just getting the regular annual PGNP, and we will sow them. And of course, in the custard layer, or the shrub line, between two plants, that is, let's say in this case we have custard apple and papaya, there's 9 feet gap, and at the 3 feet distance we'll plant the PGNP. So that means we'll have 2 spots of tuvare, that is PGNP. So this, hopefully the tuvare and agati will grow up in the next 3 to 4 months, maybe 3 months, and start giving shade in summer. So the peak summer is going to be in April, maybe end of March, April and May, maybe even June a little bit. So I really want a lot of shade for these plants when the peak summer hits, which means we should be not missing this season. It's called Margali Pattam, that is December and January sowing. But obviously there's not going to be any rain, which means we have to use irrigation water to water them and at least get them germinated. Once they sprout, then they may not need a lot of water, but in the initial 1 month we need a lot of water for these. So what I'm thinking is, after we sow them, maybe after Pongal, in about a week or 2 is when we will do. Right now there's labor shortage because of the festival time here, but after Pongal we will sow them, and probably we will use tanker water to water them for like a month or something. Obviously whatever water is there in our bore, we'll use them, but at least during the initial phase, I'm thinking we will have to buy some water, get them started. That way we should be all set for summer. So that's the plan now. Otherwise, you can get an idea about the growth of different plants. Gliricidia, although the germination rate has been quite low, like 30%, 40%, but whatever has come out has been lush green. Like, it's really amazing. It is also growing very fast. The stems are very thick. I'm hoping this growth rate can continue. Similarly, all the other plants, the coconuts, you'll probably see this is coconut. Arecanut is decent, although for arecanut and banana, the more the water is, the better the growth is. They have still survived and they're going on. In some areas, arecanut is also quite decent, but most of the places it is looking like this right now, partially dry, but they have not dried, and I'm hoping they will survive. All the other plants, the sub canopies, like this is Mosambi, they're coming out okay. Curry leaves, out of the 5 we did, only 2 survived. The big amla, although the plants were very small, it's pretty average growth, but everything else that we had is decent, like mangoes or lime. In fact, the Balaji lime sapling that we got from the nursery, that already gave me like 3 lemons. Although we should not let it grow right now, like if there's flowers we should just pluck them off and remove the flowers, mainly because we don't want the nutrients to go to the flower and make it a lemon. Rather, we should let the nutrients stick in the shoot and focus on the plant growth. This is not the time for yield, so we want to remove those flowers wherever we see, but the growth has been decent. Balaji lemon is good. Guava trees have come out quite decently. Few of these banana trees have come extremely well, although a little bit more water could have seen more growth. I would say probably like 5 areca out of the 150 odd that we planted did not make through, 5 or 10, but otherwise most of them have come. Similarly, banana, I think around 10 out of the 150 odd that we planted did not survive, but most of them did make it. This is pomegranate. Although it is not appearing very lush, I think it's still looking good. I can see a lot of new leaves coming. All the pomegranates are like this only. They are very good. I think they have survived. Now the real test is how will they survive summer. Papayas, decent growth. In some places really good growth, but again a lot of places papayas have not come. Like the germination rate has been around 70%, I would say. The disappointment of the lot as far as the shrub layer is concerned is drumstick. So you'll recollect that we did get drumstick saplings, PKM1, we custom made them, but I think in the process we ended up missing the rainy season. Only towards the end we managed to get those saplings and we planted them. Of course we did have 1 or 2 rains after that, but it was not as good. So I'm not very satisfied with the drumstick growth, although I can see the plants, they're still there, but they are in the kind of similar state when we actually got them. Leaves have fallen, not much growth. I don't know whether to hope that they will survive, but so far we've just left them untouched. I think we'll just keep watering them as long as we can and see and hope they will grow. So to give you an example, this is drumstick. In fact, it was having more leaves when we planted them a few months ago. This is also drumstick. Things must have been much better. Unfortunately, this is the condition. So yeah, this is the update that I had today. Overall, I think the canopy layer, sub canopy layer, whatever Glyricaea had come, arecanut, banana, quite decent. Shrub layer, papayas are okay. Custard apples, I forgot to mention, are really okay. Like, of course, the growth has been slow, but even though there's a lot of dryness, I think, in fact, I'm yet to see a custard apple plant dying. So I think wherever we planted, it's still there, thankfully. So other than drumstick and partially papaya, I think the shrub layer has also been okay. And the peepal tree and the banyan tree, I think they have all grown as expected, because we planted tall trees. I think they are just there and they are quite okay. This section where we were supposed to develop the field for millets and vegetables, we have left it untouched. With little water that we have, we only want to focus on the topa side, that is the food forest side, like the tree side. This we will develop only after we get the water. As far as the timber trees are concerned, again I forgot to mention, I think some 3 or 4 did not make it, but most of them have made through. So we got them from Isha. Of course, good plants, but they were very small in size. but they have all come out very well. In fact, some of the trees are really good. Like Yelvagai has been growing much better than I thought. Teak leaves are really large and much better than what I thought. They're pretty good. Like, I'm just hoping that we can just continue this through the summer, and when the next rainy season comes, I think all of them will be really good. So until then, we'll have to take really good care of them. If required, purchase water. The other miscellaneous plants like jackfruit, jamun, guava, they've all come out as expected. No major challenges. This one is tamarind. Again, still looking very small, but I believe these are sun-loving plants, and when they come out, they'll be massive. And the wild zone plants, like the golden shower, and then I think that is called Tangarali in Tamil, and then a few other things. I don't recollect the names. Some flower varieties, Kodka Puli. All of them have grown quite well in the wild zone. So yeah, those are the updates I had. Next steps, we only want to continue with the flow, redo the Gliricidia seeds wherever we have gaps in the shrub layer, like the papaya drumstick layer. We want to do the seeds again, and then of course focus mainly on Agatti and the Pigeon pea for summer preparation. And once all of this is done, I'm slightly seriously starting to think about doing another borewell. We are yet to find a reliable person who can help us find a borewell point. I'm open for both scientific method and the traditional methods, but whoever I talk to, the kind of feedback I get is really mixed from the farmers. So still hunting for the right person, but I'll keep you posted. We'll give it a shot, see if the borewell works for additional water. Otherwise, we will have to manage it just like how we are managing now. All right, friends, that's all the updates I had. I will catch you on a different video at a later point of time. Bye bye.